Splinter Cell Deathwatch is a new animated series based on the popular video game series Splinter Cell. So today, let's see if it's worth your time. In the shadowy world of espionage, Sam Fisher is a rumor and a legend. Pulled back into action, he must help a new recruit unravel a global conspiracy. The Splinter Cell video game franchise is hugely popular. I will admit I've only played one of them, and that was on the GameCube, Pandora Tomorrow. I do remember of that video game I really did like with the stealth mode and the action and how intense it was. And I was looking forward to checking out this animated adaptation of the video game franchise. We've been getting a lot of these on Netflix recently, like Devil May Cry and Tomb Raider. And I hoped that at least Splinter Cell was good enough to make me want to go play some of the previous installments of the video game franchise. This is 8 episodes long, and Liev Schreiber voices Sam Fisher. He is pulled back into the world of espionage as he helps a young recruit unravel this conspiracy. It does offer up a lot of elements from the video game with some of the intense action and some of the stealth mode, lurking around corners, lurking in the background, the shadowy figures. How that character was controlled in the video game is implemented into the series. I wish there was a little more of it, because the way that this series is ran, it does feel like it's the cutscenes of video games where you have a lot of dialogue between characters, setting up your conspiracy, setting up the characters and certain relationships. And unfortunately, it does feel limited with its action. The action is there. It's bloody. It's intense. It's animated well. But I wanted a little more of the Splinter Cell action from what I played from Pandora Tomorrow. So I do think that the series could have offered up a little more action, because I did felt like it was not few and far between, but it could have offered up some more intensity throughout the series to really amp up the storyline and complement its story. A few more scenes per episode would have really filled out this runtime, because by the end of it all, the story I just didn't find to be that engaging, that intense. When you look at the two characters, Sam Fisher and this young recruit, Zinnia McKenna, and them working together with this conspiracy, I didn't find their mission to be all that intense. I feel like it was dragging itself. When you had certain reveals, it wasn't all that impactful. It wasn't like a awe moment, and I was really shocked with it all. I felt that it just had this very sluggish pace when it had its storyline. And not that the characters were poorly written or anything, but some of the newer characters like Zinnia McKenna, I didn't find her to be all that intriguing as a character. I know that these are characters that have to control a lot of their emotions. They can't get truly invested in certain things because they have a mission that they need to accomplish. And Sam Fisher does a great job of blocking all of that and just really going in on his mission. But with Zinnia McKenna, they attempt like some backstory, and I didn't feel like it added much depth to that character. And then Sam Fisher, he was able to jump back into the world of espionage very easily, but I wanted to see how it affected him in his older age, and how he maybe had a hard time transitioning back into it all and being like this legend. How did he cope with it all? I wanted to see a little more of that, which would have added depth to that character. But when you look at the main story, their mission that they need to accomplish, a lot of it bounces around and doesn't really feel all that connected. It feels a bit jumbled at times when they try to push the conspiracy forward and have it being developed. Sam Fisher and Zinnia McKenna's involvement in it all, you do feel some intensity from them as they are moving from location to location. They're constantly running and trying to protect themselves. Now, Sam Fisher is older, he's wiser in this animated adaptation, and Liev Schreiber does a great job voicing this character. He is somebody that is a bit hesitant on certain situations and very direct, and he handles that older character that has been through a lot and still very confident within himself. Really like Liev Schreiber within this role. And the animation is very sleek with a lot of darker colors with Sam Fisher in the background lurking there in the shadows. It's very intense when it comes to the gore and how it's just ramping up as the series does progress. The series did lack that interesting storyline to keep me really engaged throughout. I like Sam Fisher as a character, and he paired nicely alongside Zinnia McKenna. They had an interesting relationship throughout the series, but this conspiracy and working together with their mission, it was a bit hollow at times and didn't have that momentum going to where it felt like it was a groundbreaking finale to the series. But somebody has only played one Splinter Cell game in their life, I do find enough to enjoy about the series despite a generic plot line and more hollow moments throughout. It did get me interested in going and playing some of the earlier video games prior to Pandora Tomorrow. I do hope that Netflix continues animating some of these classic video game franchise. Like I said, Devil May Cry and Tomb Raider. There's so many classic video game franchises that they could cover. I'm gonna go ahead and give Splinter Cell Deathwatch a B. Thank you guys for checking my review for Splinter Cell Deathwatch, the new Splinter Cell animated series. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.